Hello there guys, Jackboyd64 here. Today we're here for a new series on the channel, which is going to be the Stanley Parable. If you know a lot about the Stanley Parable, it's an amazing game that I never got to play until many years later because it was a PC exclusive. But when it comes to Xbox around I don't know what year, when the Ultra Deluxe Edition came out, actually I love this game, put a lot of hours into it. It's just generally funny, especially the narrator, which I imagine you will find funny too. So, without further delay, let's begin, shall we?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, this is where the game begins. So this is a game that has got multiple endings. Dozens of endings, in fact. And that's basically what this game's premise is, just playing for all the different endings. So, the first ending I'm going to do is literally the quickest ending you can get in the game as a whole, which is simply shutting the door.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Yeah, so that's the ending. Basically, nothing happens. Stanley sits in the room until he dies. Yes, and it also does skip the intro after the first time of doing it, which I think I will let the intro play out each episode, just in case you want to watch these, because
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, because just in case, like, obviously you want to watch these out first, because unlike the others, this is more probably similar to, like, Overwatch and Rivals in the aspect there's not really an order to watch them in. But at the same time, there probably will be a point where I'll just stop playing it, because eventually you just run out of endings. I'm pretty sure you get an achievement for doing this. I'm going to do this.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Alright, we'll do that then.
I have to must say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Yeah. It basically sends you on a stupid side quest of doing all these things for him, which is quite funny. It doesn't affect the ending at all, but I just thought I'd show this
I'm
off.
not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Where's 417? Well, we better go find it then. 417? Hello? Where is it? Oh, there we go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. We shall do it then. We shall do that. 437 will be the door we put effort into. There we go.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Yeah, he sent you on a bit of a fetch quest. It's a fun fetch quest though, because he gets very excited about it. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
437. Where was that again? There we go.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
The coffee machine? What does he say? The copy machine. Oh, there it is.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
He's getting very excited over this.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419's desk. How do you climb on it? I can't get on there, I don't think.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416, okay. 416, 416, 416. There we go.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
He gets very excited about this, doesn't he?
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
There you go. So that made him happy, very happy in fact. So we're going to carry on with the game as intended now, which I seem to have stalled off for about 8 minutes. Which would not make the narrator happy usually, but never mind.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And we're going to do the complete opposite of that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Maybe you're onto something, Mr. Narrator.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
And if you sit here long enough, you will start to comment more, which is what we're going to do. We're just going to sit here, and I'm going to comment it.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh, look at the paintings, why not? Give me a good idea there. See, look.
At
Some
this
nice
point,
paintings.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yes, it's Stanley's fault that everybody left.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
And that is true. I don't think there was any dialogue after that, so we're going to leave.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
And we're going to completely ignore him.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yep. He gets progressively more frustrated.
We've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all
This whole time.
There's someone you've been neglecting,
Stanley.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her, exactly?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No, you think the logical decision here would be to do just that. Pick up the phone and see what this woman has to say. Or call her, rather. But I'm going to do something that I didn't even know was a fucking option until I came and revisited the game, like, years later. Like, not recently, it was like... Actually, I think it was, well, about a year back. I'm going to pull out the plug.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yep.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This helpful instructional video.
Let's watch this video of his then.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here,
Serving
the real
world
world
hunger.
makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I better practice.
Excellent.
Oh, I didn't even get to finish
Making
it.
choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should
True.
subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Alright, let's go, shall we?
Welcome back. You
Oh,
may have
Jesus.
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Everything seems normal in here, I think. Holy shit, he's even put guardrails on.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible.
That's foreshadowing and a half.
Narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Alright then, let's go, shall we? Do not lie if you're lying right now, stop. I don't think I've told any lies, mate. Wait, can I go back through here then? No, I can't. I have to go back to the beginning, it seems.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going to enter the door on my right just to piss him off.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I'll try. Okay, want me to go the other way? Okay. Oh boy.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to.
Watching him have an
game down. I have
existential crisis is hilarious. I wonder if you can actually go over that door. I didn't even realise this. Because you can climb on these stairs. So I wonder if you can actually get to that door that's supposed to be blocked off. Oh boy, what have you done? What have you done? You've actually made it worse.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Kinda?
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Yeah, he's got angry. He shut us down now.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
You think?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, we're going to listen to him this time. Seems like the most sensible thing to do. Wait, this is not what... Oh, no, it was.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, I've got another idea. Ah, we can't open that yet, okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is clearly part of the script. I can tell.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Which we can't do, because we can't speak. So we're stuck. And he knows we're stuck. He's doing this to fuck with us.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115.
You know I can't do that.
Into the receiver, right
You know-
there on the wall.
You know I can't do that, Mr. Narrator. You're taking the piss.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise,
You know
we
I-
can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Well, I can't do it, sir. You know I can't do it. You bloody
Okay,
prat.
fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
And he bullied Stanley to death. Oh, God.
Set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
There's Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Sad part about it is this is not a real, like, obviously this is a real ending, but, like, you can't get this ending by just not doing anything.
Exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You can't be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
You gotta feel sorry for him a little bit, though.
Are you
He just wants to tell his story.
Yes, Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Are the credits supposed to crash like this? There you go, let's put it back in. So now, we're going to try something different,
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
as is the nature of this
Stanley
game.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So this time, we're going to take the left door. Because that's clearly the more
Stanley
appropriate
came to
action.
a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Now we're going to really fuck with him now.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, we're going to stay in the broom closet and just make him upset. Trust me,
There
this
was
is
nothing
funny.
here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No, we're gonna stay in here just to piss him off. Gets even more pissed off than the fucking other room, the spare
It was
room.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yep.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Yep.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
It's just funny what you get frustrated, mate.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." Your friends find this concerning.
Broom closet ending.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What? Based on what? And you said you're the irrational
Well,
storyteller.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous
Buddy,
system.
I've been
and you
moving.
collapsed in front of your screen.
These past 20, 30
In a
minutes.
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
This is the funniest part.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Yep.
You too? Unbelievable. You're at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh, let's go again. He's not going to talk again, I don't think. No. You have to just carry on now, it seems.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, let's go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I somehow did.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Yes.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh yeah, there's something else to do here that's hilarious. To piss him off even more.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Anyway, see ya.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Well, let's find out together, shall we? Jesus Christ, he barely gives me a chance to speak. It's funny, but oh my god. Give me a chance to speak, my boy. Here we are.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
An
The
office.
decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Alright then, let's go back in now then. He's had his fun. Oh, we haven't, but he has.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Alright, time to do it all again.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I only found out about this ending when recently coming back to this game. That's the funniest part about it. So I didn't even know this was possible. But I found it hilarious the first time playing through it. And watch this. What's going to be in here?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Still funny.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Okay. Give you time.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it.
Alright then, let's go.
Space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality.
Alright.
As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Yeah, see, I told you, I'm genius when it comes to comedy.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean,
Exactly.
sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Exactly. See, he gets it. Let's go back up again. Ah, he's not going to talk this time. He's had enough. He's not talking anymore. He's not talking to me now.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Huh?
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense,
The agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Alright, if you insist.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took the bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you. So that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference.
All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. Oh, there you go. The guy who went to Mars, how we did it, the pyramids, world's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. Yeah, okay. World's healthiest human being, yeah, okay. That's definitely not fucking bullshit. World peace, baby. Oh, look. A baby created world peace. The Stanley Parable.
Here it is, just through this door.
The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable, Stanley from the Stanley Parable. There you go, so I'm just reading all the signs. World's first sentient machine. Yeah, okay. Two-stage.
Are you ready? I've told
Stanley
you
Rider.
to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Story, Stanley, me, Dad. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. I love you, your electronic ride. I can't read all right now. Let's go out there and impress the crowd, shall we? The dude who came up with pizza. Yeah, I think he's dead. Not gonna lie. Pizza was invented thousands of years ago. I can't imagine it was some fat guy from Brooklyn. Look at it. They're all happy to see me, look. Oh boy. Well then. That was a good ending. Let's go again, shall we?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, new content? No, we're going to ignore that door for now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, yeah, that new content's basically for the Ultra Edition, because obviously they added way more shit to the game.
Person here either.
obviously because this is like a remake, a re-release.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There's a reason I came here.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
This feels like a wanking joke, what you just said there. Just enjoy what you're going to do in this room and get out. No, we can't get back in, fair enough.
Coming
This
to the
time...
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, but there's a reason I keep going in there, because eventually you get to see it locked off, which is quite funny. Does this elevator go anywhere? No. Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Huh. Oh, wait, no, I remember this. It's basically a simulated elevation ride. It doesn't matter if you press up or down, it just goes the same. It doesn't go anywhere. It basically just vibrates around, which you can feel in the controller, which obviously you guys can't feel. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes isn't rich. What a life it would be to have to pick just one. You know, considering recent events and everything that's coming out, that does say a lot, doesn't it? I've got to say that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
This is to stop speedrunners, it's kind of funny. But there is a way to bypass this. Of course, certain ways. Because
and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Because as you play through the game, different things will happen on repeated runs. Things do carry over, which is what you'll see with the broom closet. If you go in there enough, eventually he locks it off because he's sick of people going in there. But this time, we're going to take the game a bit more seriously and do what is considered the real ending, or the intended ending, despite this being a game built on like hundreds of thousands of endings. But I think it's only fair to show off the real ending, even though it's probably my least favourite.
Walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind Control Facility. Let's go, shall we? We'll press the light bulb button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, that's what we'll have to see, won't we? Is there another button? Yes, there is.
Now the monitors
This turns on all the cameras.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Clearly, yeah.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control?
Oh yeah, you see that thing up there? We actually can get there, depending on the run we choose. Which I'm not sure if we'll see in this video, but I do know you can get up there.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
Yeah, it would explain a lot with
spent
him.
his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah. The question is, if they're mind controlling everyone, where's everybody actually went? Have they made them like go somewhere to get killed or something? Ask more questions than answers. Well, you don't ask and answer, but you know what I mean.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Well, let's do that, shall we? We'll step through the open door, and we'll
Stanley
leave
felt
the facility.
breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And there we are. We're on to 3 achievements now, which is probably the last achievement I'll ever get in this game. I'm going to be honest, but
All of his co-workers were
it's hard to get achievements in this
What did
game.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Trophies, I mean, whatever. We could go on that new content door, but maybe not now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We are going to go on the door on the left because I want to see the locked broom closet door. Because I'm pretty sure it should be locked by now, which is quite funny.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
You see how it's
boss's
locked off
office,
now?
hoping he might find an answer there.
It's locked off because he's that pissed off of people going in there. It does happen. And if you try to open it, it doesn't work. So this time I'm actually going to go
Coming to a
downstairs.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I didn't. I went downstairs to see what's going on down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he
Hey, look at
imagined
this.
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Is that it?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
All right then. I think that's a good place to stop, given that we are running limited on time. So yeah, that was the Stanley Parable. I am not sure if I will do another video on this. Not that I don't enjoy the game, but I am not sure if it's something I'd like to do a long-term series on after playing it, not gonna lie. Like, I've played this before and I've loved this game. Don't think this is a reflection of the game. It's more a reflection of, well, documenting it, because Mr. Narrator, as much as I love the guy, will not shut up. So, and I don't really feel comfortable talking over him. So, if we see another video on this, on the new content, maybe we will. Maybe I will do another video, but I wouldn't nail it on. So I'll see you guys next time in whatever I choose to do. This is Jackboyd64 signing off. See you guys next time.